When it comes to the history and truth of sound, and the nature of music itself, a subtle, yet significant controversy has long simmered, one that most of us overlook: the tuning frequencies of 432 Hz and 440 Hz. These two seemingly innocuous measurements hold profound differences, with hidden history and truths, all connected to the way we perceive and experience music. But what do these frequencies actually mean, and why is there such debate surrounding them? But more importantly, is there something fundamentally wrong with the frequency of our music today? Firstly, let's consider the nature of frequency and sound. Why exactly does it have such an effect on us? And how can different sounds and frequencies in music directly influence our emotional state? For instance, lower frequencies are associated with feelings of calmness, relaxation, and introspection. On the other hand, higher frequencies can evoke a sense of excitement, alertness, and even anxious tension. Vibrations play a crucial role in how we perceive music. They not only stimulate our auditory senses, but also resonate with our physical bodies. And our bodies, strange as it seems, are also vibrations, although much more dense and slow-moving. This act of frequencies coupling to create its own unique resonance is evident in the way certain vibrations cause physical reactions in us, such as chills or warm sensations. Our bodies shift to match or resonate with the frequencies and vibrations of music flowing through it. Understanding these dynamics will make you realize there is a profound dance at play, an exchange of life and energy between the sounds of music and the energy of every person. There is reason, in the first stories told by almost every culture, that music was a thing divine, given to us by the gods themselves. In ancient Egypt, music and sound played a central role in religious ceremonies and healing practices. The Egyptians tuned their instruments to specific frequencies, including the revered 432 Hz, which they considered to be in alignment with cosmic principles and the natural order of the universe. These sacred frequencies were believed to harmonize the body, mind, and spirit, acting as a natural conduit between the body and energy frequencies of the earth and celestial heavens. Greek philosophers like Plato and Pythagoras explored the connection between music and mathematics, seeing it as a reflection of universal beauty and order. This ancient understanding of music's power to elevate human consciousness and connect with divine energies can also be seen in the architecture during the 14th to 18th century, with theaters and halls designed to resonate at frequencies we would call divine. Which makes us wonder, when did the music we know today change and lose its natural harmony and resonance? The evolution of musical tuning traces back through centuries, and it's quite remarkable. Before the late 16th century, there was no standardized tuning system. Musicians relied on their ears and intuition, tuning instruments to what sounded harmonious to the setting they were in, and that led naturally to instruments tuning into 432 Hz. This era lacked the so-called precise measurements we have today. But what it lacked then, we lack today: harmonic resonance in music. It wasn't until measuring instruments, like the Savart wheel invented around the year 1870, that accurate tuning became possible. Before this, there was no strict conformity. And during the Renaissance, efforts were made to establish uniformity. The 12-tone equal temperament system, or 440 Hz, replaced the then popular 19-tone of 432 Hz. The significance of 432 Hz and 440 Hz tuning frequencies lies in their mathematical relationship with natural harmonics and resonance. For instance, 432 Hz aligns with harmonic principles derived from the Earth's rotation. The beauty of 432 Hz lies in its mathematical alignment with Earth's rhythms. Earth completes a precise 360-degree rotation in 24 hours, with each second at 432 Hz corresponding harmoniously to this natural cycle. Or more simply, the perfect division of musical frequencies, and the mathematics of Earth, life, and the cosmos. Opposing this, 440 Hz resonates in discord with the natural harmonics of Earth. This difference is why it feels, to both our ears and minds, more naturally harmonic compared to 440 Hz. The adoption of the 440 Hz as the international standard in 1936 marked a rather grave milestone in musical standardization, creating a system that many still consider beneficial. Despite these developments, the debate between different tuning frequencies continues, with evidence making this case complex and fascinating. Why was there such a jarring change? What effects do these two frequencies have on our minds and bodies? And ultimately, what are the implications of this effect? We all love a juicy, tenderized conspiracy served hot from the pan. And this one blurs the line between a fun meal of silly fun and a disturbing one that might uncover an actual conspiracy. The 440 Hz conspiracy questions why our music is not tuned to the natural resonance of 432 Hz, or rather, why it changed. In the late 19th century, standardization led to 440 Hz becoming the norm, although its origin remains unclear. Advocates of 432 Hz argue it aligns with natural frequencies, promoting easier listening, a lighter, more fluid sound, and potentially reducing hearing damage, contrasting to how 440 Hz can be damaging to our body and mind. Conspiracy theories also suggest 440 Hz is a tool for mass crowd control and consciousness manipulation, with historical ties to propaganda, military influence, and undisclosed government documents. This includes what Tesla experienced during the construction of Wardenclyffe Tower. Tesla was a man of far-reaching vision and purpose. His goal was to ultimately provide unlimited, free energy to the world. Through his progress working with alternating currents, he had a deep understanding of the connection between all life and the Earth itself. Ahead of his time, Tesla discovered that resonance connects the systems of Earth to the electrical systems of every living creature, and found ways to naturally amplify that resonant frequency. Why did J.P. Morgan and Thomas Edison go to such extremes to reduce Tesla to obscurity? Perhaps out of abject fear? His inventions, the Wardenclyffe Lab, and his groundbreaking progress in the power of alternating current technology, which directly competed with Edison's enterprise he built on direct current, might have posed a direct threat to the systems of control. Unfortunately, all we can do is ask questions. The simple truth is that while this dissonance and musical distortion is beyond apparent, it may not have been a deliberate. The only thing we can be sure of is that the power of sound and pitch can be used to influence the very essence of who we are, moving the parts within us that can only be touched by musical sounds. Music is the strongest form of magic. With obvious insight, Marilyn Manson once said about the power of sound. And that leaves us wondering, what did one of the most darkly popular and controversial figures of music know? Jimi Hendrix, John Lennon, Bob Marley, and Prince all tuned their music to 432 Hz. If there is one thing we can rely on more than the sun rising in the east, is that there are unanswered questions and connections surrounding this rather heavy topic. Asking these questions may result in a scoff and raised eyebrow at social gatherings, but interesting and relevant it remains. While this subject may make you feel conspiratorial, it's hard not to whip out a tinfoil hat when you look at the evidence of suppression, strangeness, or blatant sabotage throughout history. That is why we're here, though, to raise these often forgotten pieces of history and hidden philosophies, ones that have the potential to literally reshape the structures and systems of this world for the better. And as more people like yourself question these once accepted aspects of life, perhaps the laws of balance will start a cascading effect, resonating from every one of us. See you soon, curious soul.